welcome to Turtle Excel Tips. Today we're going to learn how to use the sumif formula. As you can see here, I've already populated some data here. We have names of individuals who are going to be playing in a certain sports event, and they have been assigned a group number, and also it lists out the deposit amount per person for each event. We're going to sum up the deposit per event and the deposit per group. So I've already done the deposit per event as examples. As you can see, the basketball one, the formula of the basketball one differs from the formula of the swim and the soccer. So there are two ways of doing the sumif formula. We're going to go over both down here in the deposit per group. Okay, let's start with group number one. Type out equals sumif, parentheses, and you're going to select the range of which your criteria is. In this case, it is column E or this section of the group. I like to select the section because just in case you don't want to pick up the whole table or only want to pick up part of the Excel book. So I'm going to select the section of the table. And I will click on F4 in my keyboard, F4, and you can see it populates some dollar signs. Basically, it's telling you that it has locked in this section of the table. No matter how you copy and paste the formula, it'll still be picking out the criteria from this section of the table. And then we're going to use a comma and type out the criteria. In this case, we've already typed it out here on the column to the left in the cell right here, H10. So we can just go ahead and click that and it will select this cell. As you can see, the one matches the one here. They're exactly the same. We're going to use comma and then select our sum range. Our sum range will be the amount since we're trying to calculate the deposit per group. So we're going to select the amount. Then again, F4 to lock in the section and close parentheses. So there are $140 collected from group 1. Now, group 2 is typed out a little differently. Sometimes your label might differ from your criteria. So let's see how we can do this. So equals sumif, parentheses, again we select the same range, F4, comma. Now, criteria, we can't just click on the cell next to it because this formula is not going to be able to know that group 2 is the same as the number 2, right? So we're going to have to type out the criteria. To type out criteria, you have to use quotation marks. Now we're going to use quotation marks, type out the number 2, close quotation, and comma. So this will be our criteria. Now onto the sum range, you just select the same range of the amounts, F4 to lock it in and close parentheses. We have $190 collected from group 2. Okay, how about now I want to do group 3. I'll just copy this first formula that we've made because we can copy this because it's basically picking up a cell next to the formula, and it'll do the same when you paste it. It'll pick up the criteria from the cell next to the formula cell. So we have sumif. Since we already locked in the tables didn't shift. Criteria table, or the criteria range and the sum range did not shift. And our criteria is now number 3. We can't copy over this formula because it is still criteria 2. You can retype the criteria by erasing the 2 and typing 4, and now it is picking up group 4. So either way works, just depends on your preference and the data that you're working with. So now I just copied 1 and 3's formula again because it will just go ahead and pick up this cell on the left side and sum up group 5. So we can check our work by summing up our data. It is $700, or sum up here is also $700. And then we're going to sum up the whole amount.